3, the Leader of the Opposition, David Shearer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Prime Minister. Further to his answers to the first supplementary question and oral question number 1 on 26 September and the first supplementary question, oral question number 1 yesterday, does he now know on what date the Government Communications Security Bureau was first told that its surveillance of Kim.com was illegal?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm advised that the GCSB, by the GCSB, that the first time it became aware its activity in relation to the .com case was unlawful was between September the 7th, when an affidavit was filed in the court, and September the 13th, when my office was informed. Mr. Speaker, as I have previously stated publicly, there were two main aspects to the human error at the heart of this matter. First, the GCSB originally relied on the police information about the residency status of the people in question and did not check further. Second, the error was compounded after the operation was concluded by a simple wrong interpretation of the law that occurred in February, as I've stated publicly several times.
The Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker. Did the GCSB mention the police operation of Kim.com at either or both of the briefings that they gave him on the 14th and 24th of February?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, no.
The Leader of the Opposition.
Given his answer yesterday, has he now gone and asked his department, the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, what, if any, knowledge they had of the Kim.com case prior to September?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, a member of the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet was aware of GCSB's involvement after the raid took place. That would have been in late January. That information was never passed on to me. We have looked at all of the records and notes and email correspondence, and the person has confirmed they never discussed the matter with me and has actually never discussed the matter with me.
The Leader of the Opposition.
Who was that person who did not pass on that information to him?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Roy Ferguson.
The Leader of the Opposition.
Which of his ministerial colleagues, other than the Attorney-General, did he discuss GCSB's unlawful surveillance of Mr. .com with prior to GCSB's actions being made public?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, I don't know the answer to those questions.
The Leader of the Opposition.
How then can he be sure he actually spoke to ministers if he can't actually recall who they were?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I remember having a discussion, I think it was with the Attorney-General. I'm sure there were another couple of ministers there, but I don't recall who they were.
The Leader of the Opposition. Order, I want to hear the question. Order, 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 I say to the Labor members, show their leader some courtesy. I want to hear his question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will he confirm that he had not heard of Kim.com or Mega Upload prior to the 19th of January?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Correct.
Question number 4. Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the question of the Prime Minister's knowledge or memory, does he stand by his written answer to my question of 7 May when he was asked what dates between 7 April and 23 July 2011 he met with the Honourable Simon Power, following Mr Power seeking further information on Kim.com? And can he assure the House that Mr Power did not raise the subject of Kim.com at that 13 June 2011 meeting?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
I can confirm he didn't raise the matter.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How can the Prime Minister make that assurance when in his written answer to my question on 7 May he claimed, and I quote him, "There is no record of what was discussed and I have no recollection of the discussion." End of quotes. How could he give that assurance to the House today?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, as I distinctly recall, the first I heard of Kim.com was the 19th of January 2012.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How can the Prime Minister possibly have given assurance that that matter was not raised by the Honourable Simon Power with him back in June 2011, as he just did, when on his formal writing to me in a written question he said, quotes, "There is no record of what was discussed and I have no recollection of the discussion." How can he reconcile those two statements, the one today and the written one in the House?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Quite easily, because I don't recall the exact conversation of why Simon came to you on that particular occasion, but I know for a fact it was not about Kim.com.
Chris, point of order. The Right
Point of
Honourable
order, Speaker. Mr.
Order.
Speaker,
Point of order has been called.
Mr. Speaker, I seek to table this question and answer.
Order. Order. We don't table questions for written answer. They're available for all members anyhow.
One more question. Well, further supplementary.
The member, I think, has used his allocation of supplementaries.
Well, I seek leave to get the truth out of the Prime Minister.
Order. 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 The member can only seek leave for a procedure of the House to be followed. Question number 4, Alfred Naro.